It's track review.
Yo, my needle drops. Anthony Fantino, the internet's busiest music nerd here, and this is a segment that we seem to be doing less and less, but we need to make sure it, is in there on a regular basis. Track reviews, where we talk about the latest in rock, pop, electronic, and experimental music, and whether or not it's good. Couple things before we get into this track review. Album of the week, Kraftwerk's Trans Europe Express. Fantastic electronic music album. Do please listen to that. And also, we're almost right at the 3,000 subscriber mark. 3,000! What? Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm serious. And whatever you guys need to do, need to click that subscribe button. Need to tell somebody else to click that subscribe button. I want to make it to 3K by the end of the week. That would be fantastic. You guys are the best. Also, April 12th, Monday, April 12th, going to do a blog TV. Monday, April 12th. So be there. Link in the description box down below to our blog TV channel. And also, there's a link down there to this song that we're about to listen to. It comes from Picture, the new awesome color album, Massa Hypnos. These guys are a Detroit rock band who are really bringing back the sounds of the Stooges, MC5, that really hard proto-punk garage rock sound, that really hard-as-steel sound. And these guys have always gotten bad reviews to mediocre reviews from a lot of the big-name music reviewing sites and blogs. And, it always kind of saddened me that this band wasn't really considered in that big neo-garage rock revival along with Black Lips and the Strange Boys, all those bands, because that garage rock thing is so hot right now, and yet these guys are not really being paid attention to. But I digress. This is the opening track to their new album. Let's give a listen to it. Transparent. Awesome color with the track Transparency. Again, I want to tell you guys that there's an MP3 of that track down below that you can download courtesy of the record label. Alright, let me start by saying that I've been a fan of this band since they put out their first LP in 2006, I believe, their self-titled album. I was in college when they put that thing out, the music director at the college station that I used to work at, and when I heard that, it just really hit me, because at that same time I was getting into a lot of the garage rock that was influencing them to make that album. So it was just like, the perfect time to come into contact with that LP. I saw them live after that. They came out with their second LP, Electric Aborigines, which by comparison is way more compressed, distorted, noisy, experimental. It's a good album. I would say it's a step up from their first one. Now, this new album, for me, kind of feels like a step down from Electric Aborigines in terms of production and noise and experimentation. Feels a lot more stripped down, feels a lot simpler, feels a lot more straightforward, I guess you could say. Some of the sounds on this track are a little plain for me. I mean, the guitar is pretty distorted, but feels very dry for a distorted guitar. The bass is pretty dry, the drums are pretty dry. It feels like a really raw sound, almost as if we're listening to Awesome Color go back to their infancy once again. It's kind of strange for me. It's really unfortunate because as much as I like these guys, I feel like for them, just a lot of things have just not been clicking in the studio. When I watch them live, and I've seen them live 3 times, when I watch them live, they are just this in-the-moment, improvisational, just, whatever whim takes you at the time, just let it take you. The guitar player is messing with all of this distortion and noise and shoving the amp up against his guitar and just like, getting all this feedback coming out of it, screwing with these pedals, fiddling with these knobs. The bass is just really thick and fuzzy, and their drummer, Allison, is fantastic live. She just plays the tightest, most fantastic fills that, you know, you could ever want out of this type of music. For the most part, I did dig this track. I feel like the songwriting is there, and there's a catchy hook, there's a cool riff, it has a lot going for it. But in terms of sound, production, and just the type of feel, the nuances, the aura that a garage rock song that kind of emulates that 70s sound should feel, it feels just a little plastic. When I saw the band live for a third time, I bought a 7-inch single of 2 tracks off of this LP, and they were recorded live to 2-track tape. And the thing is, the recordings on this thing are so distorted and psychedelic and do really feel in the moment because it was recorded live to tape. It just feels so much more dangerous. It feels like they're making these decisions and creating this song sort of as they go along. As soon as they hit a studio recording, I feel like Awesome Color just sits down and says, okay, we're going to play garage rock, but we're going to play nice. It's like a Rottweiler who is gnashing at you and chasing you, but it doesn't have any teeth. It's like at the end of the day, I really feel like Awesome Color needs to be bringing that noisy, menacing, very in-the-moment feel to their studio recordings. Even if it does mean making a recording that's a little bit sloppy. If it's a little bit sloppy, that's fine. The 7-inch thing is a little bit sloppy, and I was totally down with this a little bit more, definitely a little bit more, than I was the studio versions of these tracks. In terms of transparency, I could give it a strong 5 to a light 6. I'm a little on the fence with it just because I know that there are tracks in Awesome Color's back catalog that I'm digging so much more. But like I said, grab that track down below. And if you do check out this LP, be wary that there are some songs on there that do pale in comparison to others. I do recommend their earlier albums more, both of which are on Ecstatic Peace. And if you can get your hand on that flying IOU 7-inch and see these guys live, I highly recommend it. Most definitely see these guys live. Anthony Fantano, Awesome Color, Transparent, Forever.